Good afternoon. This is a short video on how to measure your greenhouse gas emissions that are coming from the waste management sector activities. So the developed tool is based on the IPCC guidelines and is in line also with the National Inventorization greenhouse gas emissions report for Latvia. As you will see, that the tool is divided into a number of sections. The first section provides guidelines and methodology overview. The section that is marked in lighter blue represents the input data sheets that are looking at waste streams, landfilling, biodegradable waste, energy, transport, and circular economy and circularity and energy efficiency measures, as well as the results section is divided into two parts. A simplified version that shows fossil biogenic emissions, as well as a graphical visualization of the results, as well as a detailed overview that shows based on different emissions that are divided across the different activities are included in the tool. The tool is developed bilingual, so it's both Latvian and English. Therefore, you can easily follow the structure and the necessary input data requirements. The last section currently you see as the extended version that is also included in the responsible institution guidelines looking at different parameters. However, for the user of this tool, the most critical of these parameter aspects is the waste classification system and conversion tab. So as I mentioned, there's a short description of the methodology, and the tool basically starts with the requirement to fill in the concrete reporting year, name of the organization, and the region that is being represented. This can help to follow and monitor the reporting over the years, as well in case any type of reporting needs to be done to governmental institutions. This is a way how to indicate which organization you belong to and which year the data responds to. The tool is developed in a way that all the data is more or less optimized. So in that sense, as this is the main sheet that represents the different waste streams and different waste types. So the data that you fill in this sheet will be automatically forwarded to the respective tabs, whether it's biodegradable waste, whether it's landfilling, whether it's incineration with energy recovery, and others. As an organization, you can respond on landfilling data in two ways. One is whether you have information on the composition of the landfilled waste. If yes, then you can easily click here yes, and as you see at the top of the tab, and that is represented in all tabs, the gray field shows the parts that are applicable to your organization. The black fields show that the fields that are not applicable to your organization. So if you do have the composition of the landfilled waste, you can say yes, and you will see that you can easily provide the different waste types and the composition that is being landfilled in this section. If you say no, as that might be also the case, this part is unblocked for you, and here you can provide the total amount of waste landfilled. So here you simply provide one number regarding the whole amount of waste that is being landfilled. And as you can see that this part regarding the composition is then blocked out as it is not applicable to your organization. Once you have answered the landfilling question, then you can move forward with a larger table that, as you see, represents the different waste categories, whether it's municipal solid waste, sludge, industrial waste, and other wastes. It goes also deeper into different waste types, as well as the different waste treatment type. All of this information is widely linked with IPCC guidelines, and here you will also see the reference to national categorization in Latvia that is based on the regulation, on the national regulation, and here as well the same thing goes for waste classification. So once you have filled in the total annual waste collected on an annual basis, how much specific waste types go to recycling, reuse, or recovery, or incineration with heat recovery, composting, or anaerobic digestion, then you can move on to the next tab, as all this information will be forwarded to the respective tabs. Regarding waste landfilling, so as you can see that it is also developed in a way that it matches the IPCC guidelines. So the tool focuses on unmanaged and managed solid waste disposal. In most cases, only managed waste disposal will be applicable. And if your organization is also ensuring biogas recovery, then you can select yes. For instance, here, and then you see that you can provide the volume of the recovered biogas. You can provide information on the use, so whether it's flare, combustion, recovery, and energy production, as well as, if you are aware, then you can also provide the content of biogas, the methane content of biogas. If no organization-specific information is available, you can keep the default value, which is 50% based on IPCC and national reporting guidelines. Regarding biodegradable waste, here you will see also that the data that was provided in the tab on waste streams will be reflected in here. So you can easily review if the information that you have provided in the first tab on waste streams regarding composting and anaerobic digestion are correct. Then the second aspect here that is considered is regarding the anaerobic treatment equipment and its technical specifications. So if your organization has a specific percentage of the biogas leakage, then you can provide this information here. Otherwise, a default value of 5% according to the IPCC is taken into account. But if not, then you can keep it as a no, and this section will not be applicable to you. In a similar manner, also the biogas recovery from anaerobic digestion can be filled out similar to the landfilling parts. So you can answer yes or no on the biogas recovery For instance, if it's no, then this section is not applicable to you. If yes, then you can clearly indicate the volume of the recovered biogas, the usage, as well as, if applicable, the content of the biogas. And here as well, default values are presented in case your organization doesn't have company-specific values. Then regarding energy, regarding incineration with heat recovery, this activity is considered under the energy sector. So here you can also, similar to the biodegradable waste, so here you will see that any information you have provided in the waste streams tab will be clearly reflected in this table, so you can double check if all the information is correct. Regarding the biogas recovery, so this side also, this part also reflects the provided information in the previous tabs on landfilling and biodegradable waste. For biogas recovery, as the total amount of biogas recovered will be presented in this tab. Then regarding fuel usage, so here you'll also see that in case you have any stationary combustion and energy consumption for any type of equipment or purchased electricity for your company facilities. So this is the information, this is the data that should be inserted into here. So you can clearly say yes or no to certain areas that are applicable to you, whether it's fuel usage like gasoline and diesel, or biogas purchased from external providers, as well as electricity from the grid and electricity purchased from renewable sources with a certificate. So if it is applicable, you say yes and simply enter the data for the reporting year. In a similar manner, the fuel consumption is being filled out, and here you can fill in the information that for any type of transportation activities on company-owned vehicles, you can enter the total amount of fuel consumed in the reporting year. Regarding circularity and energy efficiency measures, so this section is developed outside of IPCC guidelines, taking into account the different market developments and biofuel use and other activities. So this section allows you, firstly, as an organization, to see the waste stream comparison. So this section allows you to track and monitor and also set any type of targets for waste stream proportions. So for instance, based on the total amount of collected waste in a reporting year, here we calculate the percentage of how much of the total collected waste is being recycled, incinerated, composted, or used for anaerobic digestion at biogas facilities, or disposed. Then the second aspect on energy efficiency is to focus on AdBlue, so any type of additional measures that your organization might implement to decrease the emissions. So if AdBlue is used, then you say yes, and you can provide the amount consumed as well as specify the purity. Otherwise, a default value of 32.5% is used in here. And in a similar manner, also the biodiesel, biomethane, and bioethanol is presented here. So if your organization uses any type of biofuel, you can easily indicate it, and it will be taken into account for the calculations. In case your organization has electric vehicles and you would like to calculate it separately, so you can track any type of KPIs related to this aspect, then you can easily also provide the information here, specifically for electric vehicles, electricity from the grid, or renewable sources. If it's yes, then simply enter the data. If it's no, then this section will not be applicable to you. And last but not least, for energy, it's also the electricity from renewable energy. This section purely focuses on on-site energy production. So if your company does generate renewable energy, for instance, from solar panels, then you can say yes and enter the data here. And then you will see that also if there's any type of biogas recovery taking place in your facilities, the number will be represented here, as well as if you're producing on-site renewable energy, then here a representation of how much, what share of the total energy consumption is actually coming from renewable sources will be presented here. So in that sense, also allowing you to monitor any type of progress over the years. Once the input data has been filled out, you can see it under the results. This is the simplified version where you see three main tables. So total fossil emissions in total CO2 equivalent. You can see also biogenic emissions, and biogenic emissions, if you do report for greenhouse gas protocol, you will see that the biogenic emissions will go under your out of scopes reporting, as well as here separately you can track the total amount of methane recovered in company operations. The results are also presented visually, so here you will see the different types of graphs that will come to life once input data is entered. And regarding the detailed overview, so as you see that the detailed overview in quite a lot of detail shows the different activities across the different types of emissions. Therefore, if you want to dive deeper into your results and to specific activities, you can easily do so because it covers all fossil and biogenic emissions across the IPCC and greenhouse gas protocol sections. Regarding the parameters, so as it was mentioned at the beginning of the video, waste classification system is also an option in this tool. So for a company, it will help to categorize the national codes or national waste streams and connect them to the IPCC categorization. So if you do consider any type of specific waste, then you can easily search for the specific code or name and see which category it belongs to. And the same goes for conversion tab. So here for the conversion tab, you can easily fill in all the necessary data and all the parameters if needed, and the necessary calculation and output will come out that will help you to understand what type of unit should be used for your unit that you're using internally in the organization if the unit is not applicable in our tool. Thank you very much.